Good morning, this is Tony coming to you from Chandler, Arizona. Just out here having a fantastic time visiting with my daughter and my son-in-law, but felt inclined to share a story that I have not told really many people. It's been kind of personal to me, but I feel it's really important to get out in order to help other people. And this subject really deals with nutrition, fitness, you know, hitting your capacity at work, that sort of thing. But my story, and I'll kind of dig into it, it's pretty simple. It's probably a lot like you all. Just a regular guy in my youth. Played a little bit of sports, had a workout routine, that sort of thing going on for me. But then as I got older, life kind of got in the way. Work hours got longer. Trying to find time to accomplish my fitness goals and to eat right kind of got in the way, and my weight went all the way up to over 260 pounds, which obviously caused a lot of issues. I went through 2 Achilles tendon tears, which I am in the restaurant industry. There might be a few out there that work on their feet a lot, depending on your trade. But I'm obviously one of those. But 2 Achilles tendon tears, one in 2012, then I go and tear the other one in 2016. I was walking around at about 260 pounds, which just way too heavy. Found myself in a spot to where couldn't wear my clothes right. I was all, you know, just buying baggy clothes. Couldn't buy clothes how normal people would buy clothes. It's a simple thing like that. Some of y'all can relate to that. Having to go to the big and tall shop all the time to buy your clothes. It's just not good. To where you'd like to wear a designer shirt, maybe designer pants, and be able to fit in those things. And really, some of the stuff I'm going to outline today, when you get done watching a video, you will be like amazed on how easy it is, because really it's really not that hard. And the beautiful thing about this system that I'm on, or this way of life, I call it mindset, discipline, and journey. Those are all hashtag. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see it all the time. It's hashtag mindset, hashtag discipline, and hashtag enjoy the journey, because it's all about that. So when I talk about that, you know, and I see these things on TV, such as eat the food, lose the weight, let me buy these pre-processed foods, go to the, you know, all this kind of stuff, to where it's as simple as just going to your grocery store, knowing what to buy, knowing what to prep, and that stuff will bring it all together, or make it really simple. What I'm going to outline for you will be your program will also influence your family's program. And what I mean by that is your children will start eating better, your spouse will start eating better, your brothers and sisters might start eating better, but a lot of things. But it really, the way the system's set up, the way I should call it, it's really not a system, it kind of is, but it's really a way of life. And I say that because it needs to be sustainable. It can't be something that, hey, today it's a flash in the pan, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds, and then we'll call it a day. I'm here to tell you, and I've already said it earlier in the video, maybe I didn't. I'm down 85 pounds and starting to tone up, really on a good regimen. But it was pretty easy to do once I understood the way of life I had to lead, and that was going to the grocery store in my own town, or wherever I was, making my own food, kind of staying out of all the restaurant scene, even though I am in a restaurant business and I love the restaurant company I work for, and I love eating there. They got delicious food. But at the end of the day, I don't put my hands on it. I'm not cooking this food. I'm not preparing this food. But what I do is I can buy from you know, big grocery stores, such as like a Costco or Kroger. I can bring it in. I can prep up many meals. And my upcoming videos tutorials will show you how to put these meals together, and just so you have them in times to where I'm hungry and I need something to eat, and I need something to eat now. That happens all the time. How many times you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I'm hungry, I don't feel like cooking, so I'm just going to run up to the local fast food joint and I'm going to satisfy my body for a minute. Well, really, you're not satisfying anything, because you're putting a bunch of processed, fat-laden food in your body, which is going to cause issues moving forward. So I'm going to tie all this together in how you can live a healthier life just by shopping in your own grocery store without buying the eat the food, lose the weight type of garbage that you see on TV, the kind of garbage that you go up to a strip mall and you join a processed food place, or you go and you drink these smoothies that you think are good for you, but really they're laden in sugars, and your body will store those and you'll gain weight doing that. So there's a lot of good food, and I got to tell you, the diet that I'm on, and it's really not a diet, that's a bad word, that's going to be a bad word. Anytime you hear me say that, just say, hey, I don't even know why Tony said that, because that's not good. So the way of life that I'm on, I never get hungry. Even though I do work in a restaurant, a big restaurant company, and I don't have to pay for my food. It's part of my benefit. I do bring lunch every single day. If I go to a meeting, I'm bringing lunch. And this isn't a bunch of stuff. This might be a hard-boiled egg. This might be some steel-cut oats. This might be some guacamole. It's going to be healthy stuff that I can stay ahead of the hunger pains. So therefore, I don't go and attack something that's really not good for me. Something that, I can go ahead and eat it today, and then tomorrow it's so full of garbage that I'm gaining weight. So, it's all about choices. What are you going to eat? I choose to eat. I love eating fish every day. I'll eat trout 5 days a week. And I know some of you may not have that in where you work. I'm lucky I have that. But once again, if you follow what I'm saying, you can buy this food at your local grocery store and you can prepare it. And through the tutorials, like I said, I will show you how to not only cook it, how to hold it, hold times on it, expiration times, and easy ways how to reheat your food. Now that'll be, the food piece, and that's important. Talking about food just a little bit more, a lot of people will have this concept that, oh, let me not eat today, I'll lose a bunch of weight. Well, you know what, I'm just going to tell you, your body's just going to shut down, it's going to store food, it's going to make a big mess out of your body. You're just going to gain twice the amount of weight that you just lost. And that's no fun, because you just worked very hard to lose that weight. So don't do that. I eat 6 times a day. 5 to 6 times a day I am eating. But I'm doing it through choices, through healthy choices. And that's what I want everyone to get out of this, is healthy choices. So, as we wrap this thing up, I want to make sure that you're sharing this story, because the reason I'm doing this video is sharing my insights on how I lost 85 pounds in less than a year, and overcame a lot of health benefits or struggles, a lot of health struggles, Achilles tendons, sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, all those things were starting to go wild. 56 years old, that's another thing with the age thing. I know there's some folks out there that, once again, you're getting up in age. Once you start getting over 40, your body starts changing. But honestly, this is when you really got to kick it in. You've got to kick your body in gear now, because you're getting closer and closer to retirement age. And who wants to be sitting in a wheelchair or hooked up to some machine when they're into their retirement time? This is the time when you've got to start getting your body into shape so that you can enjoy those times that you work so hard for. And I know you all worked hard for that, so that's really what I'm talking about. So kind of back to my story. Now I know that I kind of been jumping around a little bit, but back in 2012, that's when the Achilles happened. 2016, Achilles happened again. Missed some work for it. Drove my wife crazy, so it was a difficult time, and my kids as well. But right after 2016, I started to rehab on my left foot, and I kind of knew a little something about exercising from the times when I lived in Tampa and St. Pete. and I kind of ran out of rehab passes at the at the at the chiropractor, or not the chiropractor, but from the doctor. So I said, well, I'm just going to do this myself. So I started going to the gym a little bit, and I'm like, boy, this would be a lot easier if I lost a little bit of weight. So I just downloaded an app, and I think this is important too. I use Lose It. It's a free app that's online, but I did it initially to track my calories, just like everybody else. I started out tracking calories, but started out I was allowed like 2,200 calories. You know, I was like 260 pounds, so I had to lose quite a bit of weight. So it was like my thing was 2,200 calories a day. And I found it so helpful that I could just kind of go through and log everything that I was eating. And it kind of put it in perspective. I'm like, wow, oh, whoa, look at all that sugar, because it has a nutritional value page to where you can see where your sugars are and your proteins are and your carbs. And at first you might not even know what this stuff means, but you become more interested in it as you move along, and you do your thing, and you lose weight. You start losing. Oh wow, I lost 5 pounds this week. That's awesome. And this is what I ate. And I don't know if you like digging into numbers and that sort of thing, but I'm kind of into that. I mean, I like analyzing numbers and what makes it tick. What made me lose that weight? Do I need to cut back on this, or add a little bit more of this? So anyway, I just started out eating the 3 squares, eating things that I thought were good for me, like lean proteins such as chicken and fish. I really went into the fish, and I was eating fruits, bananas, peaches. I soon found out that probably wasn't, the peaches and the bananas probably not so good for me. It's not going to hurt you, but what I did go to was like berries, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. That kind of stuff is really recommended. It's low in sugar. And I found out the importance of sugar as I went through my journey. You know, I said to myself, I said, if I would put sugar in my gas tank, what would that do to that engine? And that's a key thing. Sugar is not good for anyone. So stay away from the sugars. Eat complex carbohydrates that burn slower, give you more nutritional value, and lower in sugar. That's really going to help you out. Eat a little higher protein. Don't cut out all your carbs. Some people might be different. Once again, you're going to find all the answers to these questions as you move along through your diet or your way of living. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of experiments. Your body will almost be like a testing ground, but you're not going to hurt it. You're going to find new things out about what you can eat, how much you could sleep, what I need as far as exercise. You're going to find all these things out, but you got to stay relentless to it. You got to have the mindset. You're going to hear me talk a lot about mindset in this video, because without the mindset and the will to take your body to capacity and have a better version of yourself, this is not a good way of life for you, maybe. But I think that once you understand where the starting point is, where to start, and it might, you know, start as simple as getting a Lose It app, kind of doing a little research on the internet on what's good. I'll help you through several tutorials, help you on what you should be eating, how to prepare it, you know, when to eat it, that kind of thing. We'll talk about intermittent fasting, to where, you know, you can empty out glycemic levels from your body and see really quick results. But all this kind of goes out in stages. We will not try to conquer the world in one day. We're going to do it in phases. In phase 1, we'll simply get the app, start eating some food that's healthy for you, and maybe take a little stroll around your neighborhood each day, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, whatever you can afford in your timeline. And we'll continue to increase that, and we'll continue to make your journey, we'll get a little bit more robust as we move along. So that's the fun part of it. You get to find out like what your body's capable of doing, and I'm going to tell you, your body will surprise you. So that's the mindset you want to have going in. The other thing is going to be discipline. If you don't have disciplined approach to do what you set out to do, you'll fail there too. And I think everything has to have discipline. Keep in mind, everything I'm talking about today, you're going to not only be able to tie it into your healthy way of life that's going to make you physically better, but it's going to make you mentally better at home, better at your job. All this stuff, it's tools that you're going to put in your toolbox to be successful. So that's some other things that we're going to talk about. So the discipline is key. So that's going to be our top two things that's going to drive this whole journey. Underneath what I think the other three things is obviously rest. You got to learn how to sleep, good quality sleep. You'll get that as you start eating healthier. You know what you can eat, when to eat it, when to stop eating it, and as you lose weight. So the rest will get better. For me personally, you know, I went from a guy that needed 8 to 10 hours of sleep a day because I was so far overweight to a guy that I'm popping up out of bed at 4 a.m. every morning. I'm in Arizona right now. Time change hasn't affected me a bit. Heck, I'm waking up at 3. I'm ready to get to the gym. But I go to 4 to 5 hours sleep now. That's all I need. The second thing is obviously your fueling. And when I talk about fueling, it's what you eat, obviously. So we'll outline the fueling piece of it. And then the third thing will be action. And that action, once again, will be exercise. We'll continue to do all this. We'll continue to pick up an intensity as we go along. But your body is going to tell you through this whole journey what you can and cannot do. I'm going on a year now, and it seems like yesterday. But as I look back, I see improvements on and on and on and on, and it's awesome. You know, I go from a guy that's 260, dozing off at meetings, not as sharp at work, still very successful at work. Don't get me wrong. I've been in the restaurant business 40 plus years, and I've been a general manager for my restaurant company for 18 years, been with the company 20. So I've had a lot of successes. It hadn't, and I thought I was doing good. But once I started following my journey and had the right mindset and discipline, I started taking my body to new capacities. And that's what you all need to keep in mind as we move through this journey. And we learn how to eat, we learn how to rest, and we learn how to exercise. We learn the capacity of our body so that we can get a better version of ourselves. So please, there's a lot to go over. We can't go over it all in one huge video, but there's going to be tutorials coming out. Fit guy is what you want to look for. Fit guy. Feel free to email me at tonysiccardo@gmail.com. We'll be doing some vlogging out there coming up, but we got a lot of great things in store. But I just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview of the journey of your nutrition, your exercise, and I wanted to share it. I think it's important. We got to get people and their children in a healthier spot so that their version of themselves, their concept, the way you see yourself, and your sharpness at work and your sharpness at home, and just all that tied up in one. And I know that's a lot of topics, and we won't be able to do this in one video, but I'm sure if you bear with me and kind of stay with me, share it, Fit Guy on YouTube, I think that you'll get a lot out of it. But I really enjoyed the time today. I'm gonna go spend some time here in this nice Chandler, Arizona weather. You all make it a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.